Hey people, what's up? It's Stacey here and welcome back to my channel and the same t-shirt I've now had on for 4 videos in a row. It says create every day. I'm loving it. It's from ConvertKit, who are my email service provider. Now, if it's your first time here, then let me raise a virtual martini glass to you and say, get yourself comfortable because I've been waiting for you. Welcome. Now in today's video, I'll be sharing with you my online boutique launch checklist. And some of you will already know that this is actually part 4 of a 5-part series. That's right, we're on the home run, but you'll find, what is that in my ear? Really? Oh, okay. Sorry guys. Okay, hold on. Scary. Now links to the other 3 parts, you'll find them down in the description box. But if this is your first time here, I'd actually encourage you to watch the other 3 parts first, because there is a method to the madness, a sequential way of doing things that helps you massively level up your launch success. And I cover those things in quite a amount of detail in the other videos. Now, this video series originates from what can only be described as a mega post I created on my blog. And at 4,000 plus words long, I know this type of learning isn't for everyone. But even if you'd rather watch than read, I'd encourage you at some point to go check this post out, as there are actionable steps throughout, which makes this learning, whether it's written format or video format, actionable. Now, I'm really excited to share part 4 of this series with you, as what we're about to dive into is my jam, and that is e-commerce marketing. But more importantly, what areas of your marketing to focus on when you're building your site and in the early days of launching your boutique. Because the fact is, if you launch your business in a strategic way from the very beginning, not only will the hard work pay off in the end, but you'll also find you'll have to do less and less to get more and more traffic and sales. In fact, in the last 30 days alone, my latest store has generated over 19,000 page views without paying a single cent for ads. But make no mistake, you don't get this type of traffic by accident or overnight. I developed and deployed this strategy over 12 months ago. But today, even if I don't spend a single cent, a single dollar on ads, even if I don't post to Instagram or Facebook, don't do a damn thing. I still get traffic and still make sales. And that's why I recommend you stay on till the very end of this video, as I'm going to share with you my strategy for getting free traffic from Google for weeks, months, and years to come. Now, more on what that is and how that works later. Hi, I'm Stacey from Brazen Profit Lab. Welcome to my channel. I help new and aspiring online boutique owners brand, build, and launch their online stores quickly, confidently, and cost effectively. And if you liked today's video, or even if you watched any of the other 3 but forgot to give me a thumbs up to let me know you liked it, it would make my day if you'd show my little YouTube channel some thumbs up love. I'd just be over the moon. In fact, if you give this video the thumbs up, let me know in the comments and leave a link to your store, channel, blog, whatever, because I'd love to give you a personal shout out in my next video after this series ends. So let's dive into part 4 of this online boutique launch checklist, the video edition. And today we're going to be covering some more kind of unsexy but really powerful and important launch strategies, like search engine optimization, building trust with your ideal customer, and what you can do to save lost sales. So in other words, when people are coming to your website and not transacting, what can you do to push that sales process a little bit forward? So let's get started. Okay, so point number 1 in part 4 of this checklist is preparing your social media posts in advance. Now, I'm just going to pause you here and say, if you've seen any of these other videos, you'd have seen this t-shirt a couple of times, right? And you might be just thinking, does this girl not have any other clothes? Well, the reality is that I've made all of these videos bang, 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 bang in one go. I've prepared my content in advance. I am aware of what it is that I want to share. I'm aware of the value it's going to give to my audience. So I've taken the time out to create this content, and now I don't have to do this for a while. And that's why I suggest that you prepare your social media content in advance. And here's why. When you're just launching, you're going to have like a to-do list that reads like a laundry list, and like every single waking moment is going to feel like something new gets added to this. But one of the things that happens at that point is you start to feel like you're, juggling a million things, and you're just doing way too much and nothing gets done properly, which is why it pays to be very clear about the things that are, the most valuable tasks for your business. And one of those is going to be nailing your social media strategy. We spoke about that before, the one channel approach. That's why I really recommend, especially in the lead up to your launch, that you prepare your content in advance. And I'm going to pause here and just add some extra kind of juice on this. Is I want you to think about not just creating content for creating content's sake, but how are you going to tell a story, a visual narrative to your audience designed to get them like pumped, chomping at the bit, really excited for your launch? Think about that as you're creating that content. So this content really has value for your brand and your business. Now, next, it's to make sure you have quality images. Again, this can seem kind of like one of those, come on, Stacey, this is common sense, don't waste my time here. But the reality is, I look at websites all day, every day, have done for a very long time. And it will surprise you to know how many websites I go over to, and I'm like, you don't need to hire me to tell you why your website's not working. You can look at it for yourself and just ask yourself this one question. Would I shop here? And 9 times out of 10, the answer is no. And that gives you everything that you need to know at that point, because you're like, if I wouldn't shop here, if I don't think this web presence is credible enough that I would want to spend money here, then why would you expect anyone else to? Something I really want to make clear is that we need to respect the integrity and the intelligence of the customer and give them the sort of branded experience that we ourselves want to have. When we want to feel comfortable about spending money. And that's why it's really, really important to get the best quality images that you can. Now that doesn't mean that, you have to go out and buy some $2,000 camera or, hire some super duper pro photographer like every other week to come in and shoot products for you. But it does mean that you are going to have to learn to become skilled at taking quality images for your brand, skilled at editing, at, positioning, at composition, at color, at, just what is the visual story for your brand. And you want to make sure that you're setting a quality standard that, only images of a certain quality go onto your store or onto your social media. Now, remember I said that one of the things I want to speak to you about today in the checklist is how to save nearly lost customers. And again, I want you to think about yourself as a consumer and think about any times where you've been on a website and you've had some questions about either a product or the brand or sizing or shipping or anything, and you actually like what you're seeing, but you've got questions. You're not fully sold yet. You've got some questions. And at that point, if we've got the time, we start looking maybe for an FAQ or we start searching around. Sorry, let me scratch my nose. On the about page. But tell me what this feels like when you're sat here kind of about to go on the magical mystery tour and a little pop-up box, chat box is like, hey, this is Brandy from yada, yada, yada. How can I help? I tell you what it makes me feel relieved because at this point I'm able to get in the moment, quick, fast help, which means I don't have to go clicking around here, there and everywhere. I'm able to get my question answered really quickly. And 9 times out of 10, if I was really, really interested in the product, that chat box alone, if I get the answer that I'm looking for, pretty much nails the sale for me. So I want you to think about what you can do for your business to win back customers that may otherwise have been lost. Now, next is to research your SEO keywords, your search engine optimized keywords. Now, in other parts of this series, we've spoken about search engine optimization. Not at any majorly deep level, but we have covered it, especially the importance of it. But if this is the first video you're watching, I'm going to take the 30 seconds to, briefly explain what it is again and why it matters so much. So search engine optimization, simply put, is how you let Google know what it is on your website so that they're able to display and present your website to somebody doing a search who may find what it is you have on your website helpful and relevant. Now, in order for Google to do that, there are certain signals that they need, whether it's, for the most part, they're going to be written signals. But what you probably noticed is that for an online store, it's not like a blog. There's a lot less text on your website. Even still, you do need to research your SEO keywords, because even though there's less text, what that really means is that you need to use that text space more wisely than somebody with a blog who's writing, 2,000, 3,000, 4,000 words. You have less space, so you want your keywords in there because at this point they really, really matter. Now, I'm not advocating that you keyword stuff or that you write this like weird spammy kind of stuff, it's just full of weird keywords. First and foremost, you want to write for your customers, and then you want to write for search engines. But in order to optimize for search engines, you need to know what those keywords are, which is why doing that SEO keyword research is mega, mega, mega important. All right, guys, we're at the last point for today's video. And as we were just speaking about researching your SEO keywords, you'll also really appreciate how this ties into optimizing your images. Now, be warned, I'm going to explain this properly because this is so important. It's worth the time. So what does it mean to optimize your images for SEO? Now, what a lot of people do when they add their images of their products to Shopify or their other platform is that they'll upload the JPEG and it will say, J1762948 JPEG. Now, worst case scenario. Then the next level up is that they may have saved it with their store, Rag and Bone JPEG. And this is how they upload that image to their website. Now, the problem with that is that Google, when it spiders these images, doesn't know what that image is. It has no idea what's in the image, so it can't share that image either in Google image search or in Google web search as a relevant search result for somebody searching for that product. So how do you kind of, get around that so that Google knows exactly what you've got on your website? And that is to optimize your images for SEO. And this is as simple as describing your image, saving it on your hard drive before you upload it with your keywords. So let's give an example. I would save an image of this t-shirt as gray cotton t-shirt or white graphic cotton tee, long length tee, crew neck tee, 100% cotton. I think you get the point. What we're doing at this point is looking at all the visual cues of this t-shirt, and we're making sure that we save it with those visual cues in its image name, so that if anyone else is looking for a grey 100% cotton white text graphic tee, well, ta-da, Google knows that we have them. Woo! We are at the end of today's video, and if you're still watching, sorry, not sorry for going into so much detail. But remember, if you want the full online boutique launch checklist, yes, it's totally free, then check out the link to the post in the description box. Now, if you're watching and you're like, hey, this is good and all, but what I really want to know is what the SEO you did to get that much free traffic from Google, Stacey. Well, you're in luck, as I've also added a link in the description box to a sign-up page for something I'm putting together, which is a fast and dirty but ridiculously in-depth training that will teach you exactly what I did. And if you'd like to be one of the first to know when it's available so you can get some of this free traffic too, then all you need to do is leave your email over on that page and you'll be notified. Okay, so we can all agree this video is mega long, so I'm going to peace out. But before I do, of course, it's question time. And today I've only got 2 questions for you. Question number 1 is, how do you feel about using content marketing to drive killer traffic to your store, especially now you've seen what's possible? And question number 2 is, if I was to put together a detailed, actionable, but inexpensive training that taught you step by step how to get that traffic to your store, would you be interested? To let me know, drop something down in the comments or by signing up to be notified when it drops. I'm Stacey, this is Brazen Profit Lab, and I'll see you on the next video. Hey you, I know there are lots of other content creators out there, so thank you for watching my channel. And if you found these tips helpful, a quick thumbs up on this video would mean the absolute world to me. And don't forget, there are a lot more videos just like this, and you'll find links to some of the most popular ones in the description box. But to be notified when I publish new content, and it's nothing crazy, 4 to 6 videos a month, subscribe to join the notification gang. I'm Stacey from Brazen Profit Lab, and I'll see you on my next video. Bye!